even trying to put the man in jail, as we see. So they ain't fooling nobody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fooling nobody. You know, Mr. President, is it true? You know what I'm saying? I guess Dookie was asking him, was it true? You know, you're going to give 450,000, you know, to the border crossers who are separating. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 450,000 border crossing, you know, that, you know, was separated. Dookie shouted as Biden, I guess, uh, rode in. I guess he rode in some bullshit following, you know, escalators as he rode in on the escalator. I'm sorry, following his press conference in Rome. Yeah, we know. It's back to Rome again. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on with that shit. They ain't fooling nobody with that devil worship shit. You know what I'm saying? Back from Rome. At, you know, the conclusion of a 2-day meeting with the G20 leaders. Biden, who had been, you know, looking towards the camera while Dookie asked the question, responded by looking away and scratching his head. Yes, right? You see? You see? I don't even want to look into no more of that garbage. You know why he's doing it, and I explain why. This is why he's doing that, so he ain't fooling nobody. You know what I mean? U.S. Supreme Court, you know what I'm saying, leans towards allowing the challenge on Texas abortion law. You know what I'm saying? You know, we see that. You know, so we see a lot of protesters, thousands of protesters result over the result in the Georgia election. You know what I'm saying, on the midnight train to Georgia. You know, they're protesting against that because they're sick of probably what's going on now. And then let's see what that protest is all about. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at that. You know what I mean? Thousands of protesters, results of the Georgia election. Thousands of opposition supporters have filled the street outside Georgia National Parliament building to protest the municipal education result that gives the county ruling party a near sweep. You know what I'm saying? We see that bullshit. Thousands of opposition supporters filled the streets outside Georgia National Parliament building Sunday to protest the municipal election result that gives the country a ruling sweep and the party sweep near sweep. You know, the candidates, you know, of the Georgia Dream Party won 19 of the 20th municipal elections in the runoff votes Saturday, including the marital office in the county, 5 largest cities. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? And every single one that they put up there, all of them. You know what I'm saying? To head of the main opposition party of the United National Movement and marital candidates in. So I think Tbilisi or whatever. I don't want to pronounce that. You know what I'm saying? Victory gains of opposition of municipal and so on. You know what I'm saying? Taking away, you know, all this other bullshit. You know what? I ain't with that. Georgia, you need to stand up and make sure that you fight against any corruption within Georgia because you on that midnight train and you ain't gonna get shit anyway. So you need to stop. You need to start to stand up against, you know, any even Democratic opposition that seems to be ill in the country, or you're part of Georgia, you know what I'm saying, on the midnight train. You don't need the even Democrats to keep voting, and I bet you they vote the same fucking people back in. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to fight every time to remove any bad entity in Georgia based on a demon democratical rule. That's a fact. Point black. Let's get that straight. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? At least 12 people, you know what I'm saying, have been hurt, so on and so on. We see that. We don't want to read that nonsense. We ain't giving no energy to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know? We see that the polls poll surprise, Bronx backs Como over virtually everyone else. You know what I'm saying? The Bronx can back who they want, but he's a demon Democrat, and if you're stupid, you keep it up. You'll learn the hard way, just like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we seen a lot of shit. The Supreme Court rejects appeals over secretive court works. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're doing a lot of garbage. 71 people of America say that the U.S. is going in the wrong direction. Yeah, because look who you voted in. If you didn't vote this clown in, it would be going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You'd be going in the right direction. But you'd rather deal with a cobra. I mean a sidewinder snake, which I hate to give it. Actually, because he's really a bright creature. I mean a bright being. You know what I'm saying? Over somebody like Joe Biden. But he's acting like one of them rattlesnake sidewinder yellow belly suckers. You know what I'm saying? And you expect he gonna do the right thing? He's a lefty sidewinder. You know what I mean? You know, we should have stayed with what we had with Trump. We could have always put pressure on him to let him know that if you fuck around, you out of there. I mean, you want to keep your record clean, Trump the bear, baby. You know what I mean? You want to keep your record clean. You know what I mean? 71% of the American people, you know what I'm saying? 71% of the American people think the country is going in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. It's been going in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? President Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? President Joe Biden up there with his clown but behind. President Joe Biden approval rating continues to decline as 71% of the Americans believe that the United States is on the wrong track. You know what I'm saying? According to the latest NBC news poll. You know what I'm saying? Released Sunday. So we see that people are beginning to wake up. But it's a little bit too late after all these mandates and all this bullshit that they're doing. Now they want to throw you goody two shoes and all kinds of things down the pipeline. Yeah? How we gonna do this for you, and how we gonna change the climate and all this, and you ain't gonna see none of them trillions of dollars they talking about. It'll all be on the fantasy of protecting a forest. You know what I mean? It'll all be on carbon emissions, which we should have been off of fossil fuel years ago. We should have been on to flying cars. You know what I mean? And yeah, he talking this garbage shit. So you full of doo-doo. You full of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? You full of doo-doo. The study found that 42% of respondents approved of Biden's job. 42 dummies who approve of his bullshit. And that may be a fake rating just to give him a rating. His rating may be at 0, which it should be. And you need to pack his ass up and get out of the government because you're full of garbage. You're no more than to me a pedophile, probably clown anyway. You know what I mean? I'm just being 100. The man looked like Creepy Joe, exactly what they call him. Talking about they approved 41% respondents of Biden's job performance. You know, while 54% disapprove. It should be 100% disapprove. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of clowns that, you know, like he said, you got the nuts hanging around your neck. You know what I mean? This marks the first time an NBC poll has reported that Biden has underwater approval. You know what I'm saying? Rating since his election. Yeah, he's a nutcase and he should be at 0%. I even seen on the news, on Channel 12 News, Jesse Jackson up there calling himself getting him a short. You know what I'm saying? Of this magazine. You know what I mean? But he's doing that to get black people to do it, so don't fall for that shit. Jesse Jackson ain't no more than a demon Democrat sucking balls black clown. You know what I'm saying? And he's a sellout. Just like I was talking about the Black Caucus Party and those who have sold out black people over the years, he is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Khalid Muhammad had to go in on his head. You know what I'm saying? When Khalid Muhammad said, listen, you are somebody. And I know that you are somebody. But I don't know rightfully who I am, but I am somebody. Yeah, because he's no more than a wicked beast working for the demon Democrats going all the way back to Martin Luther King. And he was accused of having something to do with the assassination of Martin Luther King. And they proved it. That's the point. But he, just like the rest of the Black Caucus Party that LBJ put into activation along with these black civil rights leaders, things that we forgot, the garbage that you did to our people and still do it, such as him over there trying to take the shot. You know what I'm saying? The treatment shot. Oh yeah, to make you a dumbass believe that he took it. He probably got salt and water. Talking about he got Parkinson's. Jesse Jackson, if you got that, you need to get out of the way, leave our people alone, and let these young brothers and sisters rise our people to the top where they're supposed to be. And you need to get your, sorry to say it, clown ass, along with the demon Democrat Black Caucus dummies. You know what I mean? And the civil rights leaders who think they speak for all of us, get the hell out of our way and go sit your ass down because you got your money. I'm just as old as all your ass. You're full of shit. It's time for the young generation to run shit. Get out of the way. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it 100. I'm trying to hear that shit no more. You up in there doing a bunch of garbage. And that's point facts. You up in there doing a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? And then you want everybody to go along with that bullshit. Even jumping on Ted Cruz, he's being blasted on CNN analysts over Let's Go Brandon. I guess another name for Biden. You know, the long version, Biden, Brandon. Same name probably in his anagrammical motion on a post. But I would just say his name straight out because ain't nobody scared of Creepy Joe ass. He needs to get out of government. He's a demon Democrat, Jesuit having bald-headed freak. Just like Hillary. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her ass get away. We need more information on what the fuck she did even when she was in there with Bill Clinton, and they have knocked out a lot of agents and different people who lives must have some kind of answer and revenge for what has happened to them and their family. I'm not falling for that bullshit. And that's right. You know what I'm saying? Brandon. You know what I'm saying? You ain't fooling me with that garbage. You're full of dick. You know what I'm saying? You know, we seen that Biden got slammed by a Catholic priest for meeting with Pope Francis, you know what I'm saying, and taking communion. Yeah, that blood sacrificing garbage, ain't nobody in that garbage. He can take whatever he want because he a bald-headed freak anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, you even looking at the virus with a 99 point something mortality rate has been found in Florida, yeah, like it was found in the trick that you pulled when this whole thing, when none of your demon Democrats on every single corner, even a lot of, you know, Republicans of all of the side and over there in different countries and shit, and you say activation time, and everybody went into here comes the ship, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, oh wow, look at the nursing home and the hospital, people die, the shit inside the nursing hospital, and they tell nobody outside with sick people come up on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here with that. Y'all full of shit, and we don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? And so you know, and even CDC is saying now they're surprising on the news. Let's get it straight before you decide to say I said it. Mark Zucki. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This is coming from a news column, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Or e-board or e-tobo or whatever .com. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Saying that a CDC study has just released on effective of the COVID-19 treatment. Yeah, they're gonna more than do that because to me they down with the bullshit. And I'm not even gonna talk about them because I'm ashamed of that organization in itself, calling itself any kind of medical field to be taking care or putting out anything that Bill Gates the demon put into your hands. So we know whose side you on. So ain't nobody got time to keep talking about you. You know what I'm saying? You're full of do. Let's be 100. He's saying go for the FDA. I'm ashamed of them. They've been fell off. They probably was garbage when they first was made anyway. You know what I mean? So they fooling nobody. You know what I mean? For the first time in 3 years, Black Lives Matter approval rating, is rating underwater with the public. Yeah, because they never intended to come do anything to me to help any fucking body. It was all about they killed George Floyd and then they jumped out front and started this Black Lives Matter bullshit and everybody running with that garbage. I wasn't running with them motherfuckers. I was a master telling them, y'all need to clean that shit up. You leading these children astray with this Soros shit and had all kinds of, when I'm talking up there on Facebook, I could see the different faces, and as a wise lion, I could see all the crooks that were in there trying to do shit. All kind of mulatto looking white people and all kind of cooneria looking suckers. You know what I mean? Bunch of fucking mulattoes. You know what I mean? Up in there talking that bullshit. The cooneria suckers. You know what I'm saying? They need to be underwater. Ain't nobody respecting your bullshit. Y'all kill Omar Arbery and these different black men and all of y'all, the same people who, the family was probably even involved in the conspiracy with the demon Democrats paying millions of dollars to sacrifice their own child. Just to create this bullshit. And then talking about some Black Lives Matter. It's the People Lives Matter. PLM. Fuck the Black Lives Matter bullshit. You ain't solved shit. You came in and disrupt and corrupt every city you could find, kicking it down and knocking it down and saying it was because of Trump. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with that garbage. You were just adding to the mass of confusion rather than take it to the House of Congress and occupy it. You know what I'm saying? You allowed them to use it, and they allowed to use the riot situation that ramped it all the way to the White House and caused the insurrection of June 6th riot, which was no more than the ramping up from George Floyd, going all the way back to Ahmaud Arbery and the young brother that was killed by Zimmerman, ramping it all the way to that, and then say that was all, it was Trump. Don't give me that bullshit. It was a bold-faced bullshit trick, because if you really cared about people in this community and people in this, you would have took it to the House of Congress, tearing up the stores that grandma got to go get her groceries and shit. Wouldn't have made no mother difference, because one of y'all would have made sure grandma got her prescription and her medicines and so on and so on and so on. You up there burning little white artistic kids telling them to say Trump. And all kinds of garbage. Why would you burn them and tell them to say Trump? That was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. What psychology was that? But to ramp up all the way to the June 6th rally and then blame everything I took. It was up. You're full of shit. I don't care nothing about no Black Lives Matter, and all of y'all can kiss my behind if you don't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter was no more than a con artist game to put more heat on Trump so it could lead up to the January 6th riots, and they're going to say that they got angry and all of them came in, but I didn't see no black people there since it was Black Lives Matter. Where was they in that crowd? To me at the time it looked like White Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Who disapproved of the demon Democrats. But we don't know if even they were paid to go up there and do that so Trump wouldn't be reelected as a president. And that would be the final stake in the coffin to make sure he never comes back. Don't give me that bullshit. Trump needs to come back, and we need to vote very strongly for him, because you made the first mistake when people, I told you not to vote for this Biden clown. Mask, testing, tracing, treatment, mask. What kind of solution was that? to it lead to mandatory mandates on people who weren't even sick? And then you got bald-headed fruit monkey-looking jackass Sharon Nachman talking about A systematic, B systematic, D systematic, and then showing a picture of regular people walking around and saying they could be the ones spreading it. All that garbage, and then you open up the board and make sure all them come over here. And, you know, say they come to it here, they come to get more than 50,000, and you know the Democrats did that for us, and then you vote only for them. Get out of here with that bullshit. Let's get that straight right here, right now. Virginia went big for Biden, but on the eve of another, prival election, many voters say the Democrats is probably full of shit. But it said it took this beating that they got. You know what I'm saying? It took this beating that they got. You know. It took a beating.